Hey everyone, me Kevin here. We have three things to talk about regarding Lucid and its merger with CCIV. Only one of these three things are things that we're hearing about right now on social media, so let's get right into it. First, the short interest at this company is exploding. Take a look at this. Short interest as a percentage of float is currently at a high of 14.78%. We had essentially a skyrocketing in the short interest following the official announcement that Lucid will be merging with CCIV. Beforehand, this was just a rumor. Obviously, there was a lot of excitement that went into this rumor. We had a big valuation change on, announcement day, which ended up being February 22nd. And shortly after that, we had the price of CCIV come down substantially because of this revaluation. And on top of that, once the market price fell over here, we could see on the 23rd, we were somewhere around 6%, 7% short. And that essentially doubled just over the last week as the share price has essentially been getting beat down day after day after day after day. Now, this could very well be likely because people are potentially hedging themselves against what I call Nikola fear. Look, Nikola had some really freaking awesome artwork for their vehicles, but nobody has actually seen like the Badger. Nobody's actually been in a semi-truck and has seen it drive, with the exception of some recent prototypes they made afterwards. But during the time of the Nikola SPAC and the merger, everything was just, look at our truck rolling down the hill. Look at all these designs and plans we have. And in some respect, you can't blame investors for looking at Lucid going, we've been down this road before, okay? We got to see a product here. I mean, look, it's great. You guys had an ad in the Super Bowl. You guys got some sales studios all across the United States. You got the Saudis helping you build a factory in Arizona. I mean, this is cool. You guys actually have a factory. When you look up the, factory that was supposed to be getting built for Nikola outside their headquarters or away from their headquarters, that is separate from their headquarters, all we get is a plot of dirt. In fact, something funny you could do is you could look up the aerial drone footage of the progress of the Nikola factory, and they kind of do like, day one, plot of dirt. Like 2 years later, same plot of dirt. Mostly because people on the internet daily drone the Tesla factory sites, and you can kind of see the progress in time lapse. Really fascinating to see the progress of the gigafactories. And so, in my opinion, there is a lot of this increasing short interest because people are like, we haven't seen this real product really hit the road yet. We don't know, is the product that they had on the racetrack actually a viable product? Why don't we get some people behind the wheel here rather than just showing up in their showrooms? Well, folks, that is where update number 2 comes from. Update number 2 is that Lucid Motors appears to be prepping to start taking folks, and this is unofficial rumor at this point, we don't know, there's no confirmation of this, but through the grapevine, we're starting to hear that maybe within the next few weeks, Lucid Motors will actually start letting people drive this vehicle, which is very, very important. Obviously, as somebody that has around somewhere around $1 million invested in this company, I would love to be able to get behind the wheel of the vehicle. I have this feeling that Lucid hasn't quite yet figured out who their partner is going to be for automation. That's okay. I think there are plenty of options for that. I don't think it's horrible that Lucid does not have their own automation. Who knows? Maybe they do. But hey, if they want to focus on the best motors and the best engineering and the best batteries possible because they're recruiting and poaching people and offering them more money from Tesla or whatever, hey, look, money talks. Like, I get it, right? That is totally possible. So I definitely don't think it's true, and I hear this rumor a lot that, or maybe it's not a rumor, this is more like a saying. People saying things like, oh, well, Tesla's going to attract the best talent. Not necessarily, because people at Tesla might want to get into like the next big thing, especially if they get offered more shares, more compensation, right? Or the potential for more compensation if they help a product succeed. So I'm not really worried about I'm not worried about Lucid at all. I'm not worried about the autonomy factors. I think they can partner with somebody. Again, not that I want them to, but they could partner with Cruise, a division of GM. GM bought them. They could partner with NVIDIA, Qualcomm, endless real options here. Mobileye with Intel, plenty of options for them to get a software suite into this car for autonomy. So I'm not so worried about that. More, I want to see this engine and this Wunderbox and all of these actual products working, not just in a showroom. We can put a car with a really cool prototype motor and everything in a showroom. I want to see this thing actually on the road. I want to see how fast this actually is. I want to see how quickly that battery actually drains. That right there is a massive, massive catalyst for the stock. When people start getting behind the wheel of this car and we start getting video footage of this car coming out on the road, it's real, reporters are test driving it, people are test driving it, the legitimacy for this company is going to go through the roof, and we could potentially see a short squeeze, not massive because the short interest is only around 14.7%. Obviously, Rocket Mortgage, we've got short interest around 45%, which is insane. That's why we're seeing this crazy squeeze on this company that I've been kind of like, when is this going to actually print some tendies for me? Because I've been investing in the company for over 6 months. Actually, since August, IPO day. But anyway, that brings us to the third thing to address. Here we go, folks. A lot of folks have been asking me to address this, so I'm going to address it. I gotta put headphones on for this one, okay? By the way, if anybody has a connection and can get me an interview with Lucid, that would be really freaking awesome as well, because as an investor in the company, I have some questions. Okay, folks, let's listen into this. Just 45 seconds here.
There's a compelling argument for partnership. This is a pragmatist in me. Let's create the very best EV technology in the world, and I believe Lucid's got that. But I think I'm up for a partnership in terms of software. We've got the best car, we have the best hardware suite, we've got all this connected with an Ethernet gigabit ring, super connected car, 2 terabytes of data onboard storage, super cloud connectivity. This is the perfect platform for any Silicon Valley big company to prove out its AD software, I think.
Mm-hmm. Now, was this all developed in-house, or did you partner with?
So you might not have caught that there, but he does this sort of nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Watch his face. And I know it's just a little small. Sorry, it's not bigger. Oh, well.
Big company to prove out its AD software, I think.
Mm-hmm. Now, was this all developed in?
Okay, this sort of nudge, nudge, wink, wink is leading a lot of people to say, "Oh my gosh, it's Tesla or it's Apple for sure." No, I don't know why I said Tesla, not Tesla. I think too much Tesla. I'm like dreaming about Tesla here. This is a bad thing. No. Oh my gosh, it's Apple. Apple's finally gonna partner with somebody on this. So this got me thinking a little bit. There have been so many rumors about this potential Apple car, but Apple doesn't even have a picture of a prototype. They say it's secret, but it's not that easy to have a secret prototype car, because if you actually want to get miles driven, you have to actually be on the freaking road. I think it is entirely possible that Apple does not actually ever build a car. Oof. Yeah. I think it is entirely possible that Apple ends up expanding on the Apple Car platform. And see, there has been talk and rumors that people at Apple are being hired to help design LED console, like dashboard console lights and things like that. And it got me thinking, oh my gosh, think about the AirPod, the little radio device or music device. Is kind of like Alexa. I don't want to say her name too loud because then I get a ton of comments that I woke all of yours up. But anyway, it has some nice lights when it plays music. You put your phone close to it, some nice lights come on. Imagine this, you get in the car, who knows? Maybe it's a Toyota Camry, maybe it's GM, maybe it's Lucid, maybe it's all of these cars, and they all run the Apple software. It's possible. After all, we know that Sir Johnny Ives, who is the designer of the MacBook, the iPhone, the iPad, sits on the board of CCI, Churchill Investments, and specifically sits on the board of CCIV, which is this one, Churchill Capital 4, which is merging with Lucid. So it is entirely possible that Apple is just going to focus on an autonomy system and a software suite rather than a car. And yeah, in such a case, Apple could license or partner with vehicle developers and basically get their car app store into every car that's out there. Why make a car? You guys are I don't think Apple, and I was talking to Ross Gerber about this yesterday, I don't think Apple is ever actually gonna make a car, because if they start making a car now, it's not gonna be around until 2027, 2028. They're gonna be way behind. Why don't you just hit up Rivian, Fisker, Lucid, and give them the software, let them design the car, let them do what they're good at. But wait a minute, Sandy Munro, in my interview with Sandy Munro, automotive expert here, he kind of hinted at partnering with Apple and potentially having a contract with Apple, which sort of implies that Apple wants manufacturing prowess. But what if Apple is partnering with Sandy to use Sandy as a conduit for finding the best companies to invest in? What if Sandy is the guy going, Apple, you all need to talk to Faraday Futures. Here's the connection. You need to hit up Fisker. Here's the connection. Hey, let's get you in the Arcimoto as well in the future. Who knows? The Arcimoto, I don't think has much of sort of the technology in it right now, but who knows? Maybe in the future. Because Arcimoto wants to be part of this robo-taxi network. Maybe they sign up for the Apple Store. This is pure speculation here. A lot of people think it is possible that Apple's just going to come out and buy Lucid. But I am skeptical about Apple just literally buying their own vehicle. Why buy the vehicles? Why manufacture the vehicles? Why do all of that when you could just provide the software and make your 30% off the car app store? Why not do that? And guess where the biggest hint is that maybe they could do something like that? Tesla. Elon Musk thinks that in the future, he's going to be open to just licensing the automation for the vehicles and the Tesla software suite to other manufacturers. So why? Why bother? Why make your own for Lucid when you could just hook up with a license with, let's say, Apple or Tesla in the future or whatever? You guys focus on cars. We'll put the technology in. Done. Now, it'd be nice to have like an Apple iPhone that was ground up Apple. Personally, I think they're way behind the 8 ball on this. Way behind. These are my thoughts. This overall, the Apple partnership thing doesn't make me too bullish on the theory of, CCIV being a good investment. I'm not going to invest in CCIV because I think there might be an Apple partnership, but I will invest in CCIV for the potential of them partnering with somebody else for a software suite and the short interest going up and the belief that once people get behind the wheels of this vehicle, I think we'll be thoroughly impressed, at least hopefully. Anyway, these are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and folks, we'll see you in the next one.